So it is the day before I release this video. Art is dead, and we killed it. And I thought I would just put a bit of commentary onto it. This is my third attempt at recording this because I was stupid and forgot to turn the audio on the second time, and the first time I forgot to put this, which is a thumbnail, which I want to talk about because it taught me an important lesson, which was that when something looks bad, in this project, when something looks bad, it shouldn't matter. That's something that I had to learn, because not only is this my first project of this size, but also this project is, for me, under the medium of YouTube. This isn't supposed to be a project that is supposed to get moolah, and it's supposed to look good, and it's supposed to look clickable. It's for me to express my opinion, and that is self-centered, I'm aware. But I think that when you boil down everything, it does always become self-centered. So, yeah, anyways, let's just move on. I'm tired of talking about this thumbnail for 3 times. Art is a medium. So immediately I'm just going to go out the bat saying something that it took me a bit to say. The reason that there are black gaps in between all of the in between a lot, like here, stories and emotions in the background. Art is a medium that has defined human culture for eons. Right here. Since time immemorial, people. The reason that that's blacked out is because there's nothing that you can really use to represent time immemorial. You could, sorry. You could use a clock or like an indigenous symbol. But I don't. First of all, using an indigenous symbol, like, as a white person, is just no go. And using a clock would just feel wrong. I don't know. It's this, as I mentioned before, this project is more for me than anything. That's why it has such like a weird personal touch like that, of not wanting to use a clock and just leaving it blank, because I preferred that. Art is a medium that has defined human culture for eons. Since time immemorial, people have used art to share stories and emotions. In the background right now is Habanera by Georges Bizet, a French artist who was born in the 1800s. The song twists and turns through emotions, going up and down, without a single word. So you might see some repeated footage, like this one and the Habanera piece that you saw twice already. That just happens because there's only so many images that you can use, and there's only so many images that you can download for one piece. How's a kind of story? Not the anime. It blends all the instruments in it amazingly. Drums, flute, trumpet, violin, and more, all put coherently in a beautiful and graceful way. And then we have art as we see it today. This was a great sync up. I just love it. Originally, there was supposed to be a bit of talking between the two major hits, like da 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 da. Or no, originally it was supposed to be. Originally, it was supposed to be like, this was art as it was when it was good back in the oldie days, and then it's like da da da, and, it's good art, and this is modern art, and then it would be the bad stuff. But I decided to put bad stuff for both and just cut out that part to let the YouTube Shorts and TikTok aspect of it really sink in, because that's a major part of mass monetization, in my opinion. And at that, it's also just I don't like the platforms. I think that they depreciate creators and it's rather than incentivizing, they, I guess, decentivize making anything original. Jack Harlow, Ice Spice, OpenAI, and more are all contributing to the death of art in one way or another. Art is simply dying because of the mass monetization of it. We have a lot of ground to cover here, but this whole thing is irrelevant because
everything causing art to die boils down to one single thing: the mass monetization of art. If you take anything away from this, just know that nothing but
I was really proud of this drum hit too.
this entire video is just adding to the simple, undeniable truth that monetary gain is killing art.
It might seem a little awkward here that there's nothing said, but I think it adds to the emphasis of what it really lets it sink in.
So with that out of the way, let's talk about the Billboard Hot 100.
So you're gonna see a lot of.
The 3 most popular songs on the Billboard Hot 100.
By the way, this whole project, the script was written in February 2024, and this 18-minute video took nearly 3 months to produce.
Are all singles.
Yeah.
And that is because of the commercialization of art. Let me explain. You see,
Wait, no, sorry, I meant 2 months. I'm bad at math.
these songs are singles is because singles are.
They're gonna see a lot of repeating
easier to
stock
produce
footage. Just sorry.
than full-on albums, making it easier to mass produce them for commercial gain.
So I just want to say something funny about these segments.
Singles is because
where
singles are infinitely easier to produce
here,
than full-on
because I use Opera GX as a browser, I actually had to
albums, making it
hold that, because if I let go, here, let me show you. If I were to let go, oh, it's not. Hang on. Is there anything highlightable here? If I were to let. See, it puts up a bunch of things, so I had to do that. Let me find my way back.
Full-on
There we go.
albums, making it easier to mass
So yeah, you should have to
produce
hold
for
that.
commercial gain. The single by Jack Harlow, "Lovin' on Me," is the most popular song on the Billboard Hot 100, and has been for about 6 weeks at the time of recording. I asked my friend Char, self-proclaimed music enjoyer and creator of the song Sussy Balls, please do not.
So I'll explain this. Sussy Balls was a part of a satirical parody album that me and him were working on, which didn't have an official name, but its code name was basically just Little Bingo, which would be the street name of our fictional artist Luis Bingo. Here, let me type that out for y'all. I don't even remember anymore. Is it? It's something like this. This is the fictional album of a gay man named Luis Bingo, which made fun of the rap genre and was extremely gay because we thought that would be funny. So yeah.
Ask about that. His gripes with
You can find it on SoundCloud and nowhere else.
Song because the sample does all the work for him.
So, this part of the script that I told him to... Hang on, let me find it. This part of the script that I told him to say out loud and send it to me, he actually did produce that. Hang on. Like, write that.
And creator of the song Sussy
Hang on.
Balls. Please do not ask about that. His gripes with "Lovin' on Me" by Jack Harlow, and he said,
I hate this.
Let me just find it because I'm trying to get myself. I'm trying to find where he sent it to me because he sent me. I asked him to tell me his gripes with it, and he did, and I rephrased it. I can't find it. I can't find it.
Song
Sorry.
because the sample does all the work for him. The beat is generic and the lyrics are boring.
So it was basically co-written by me,
I agree.
and then I put this because it's true. Let's be real. It's so true. This guy, like,
At times,
look at him. Look at him.
Also, the lyrics are basically just, in summary, BDSM. No, my crush is a boyfriend, and I don't know.
So I did actually want to get rid of this section where I said, no, my crush is a boyfriend, and BS. But this section helps explain why I hate this song and kind of adds to, like, I want people to leave this realizing that, oh, there are a lot more songs like this. So then they can see, like, okay, this song is a single written by a white man about love. And, like, this kind, and, like, adding this part about love, adding this section to explain that helps out. Also, I recently learned that, so a song I talk about later, Teddy Swims, I don't remember what the song name was. I think it's Lose Control, was actually botted. The parent company just bought a bunch of, they basically botted sales. They bought the single a bunch to get it to number 1. And honestly, it's a smart strategy, but is it legal? I feel like it shouldn't be. Anyways, we're...
What kind of song just has 3 lyrics spun in different ways? I mean, come on.
That was the best I could do with that cut, because the cut was actually a little fucky, because you see, for some reason in the original audio recordings, I decided to include the music, which meant that and rather than cutting out the music for that cut, I instead kept it going because I didn't think to remove it at the time when I was first making the audio. So the reason that cut's so short is because I have to make it so that it seems like, so you can still get the joke. But it doesn't drag on too long, and it also makes the 2 sections not seem like they're directly next to each other.
It's a rap song, and it disrespects the entire genre. First of all, the main rules of rap are flow, rhythm, and wordplay. I am now going to play a snippet from Levin on Me that desecrates all 3 of these rules. Don't know what you heard or what you thought about your boy, but they lied about your boy going dumb, and it's something idiotic about your boy. I'll admit that rhyming dumb and something is clever. Did you notice that he said boy 3 times?
That took a shocking amount of time to sync up, now that I think about it. It took like 5 minutes getting the audio balancing and like the fucking clip to work. I don't know what took me so long to do that, but yeah.
In 2 sentences. It just doesn't sound right. So how did this top the charts for 6 weeks? I don't fucking know. Don't know what you heard or what you thought about your boy, but they lied about your boy going dumb, and it's something idiotic about your boy. You lied about your boy going dumb, and it's something idiotic about your boy.
This is one of my favorite, like, just like half jokes. I don't want to look at Jack Harlow anymore, so we're going back to this bit of stock footage. It's not really an intentional joke, but when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, that's funny. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that in, but I'm going to make the text a little bigger.
What is the wordplay there? What does that sentence even mean? He starts by talking about other people, but they lied about your boy. Then, he talks about the boy themselves. How are the actions of other people the fault of the boy? And at that, the line going...
Okay, I'm going to be real. I had no idea that the boy was Jack Harlow. But my point still stands.
He's just there to rhyme with something. Recall I was ranting about the top 100 earlier. So what did the top 3 songs in the top 100 talk about? Well, Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow is just sex. Lose Control by Teddy Swims is about his mental health regarding sex. Beautiful Things by Benson Boone is about his partner, and it's actually romance, except it's cloying and it feels desperate. You know, it feels more like he's just trying to use romance.
Here, let me show you an example. Let me get on my Spotify. Actually, no, I don't want you to see my playlist. Benson Boone. Like, it's just cloying, and then Lose Control by Teddy Swims. I already mentioned why that was weird, but Um, it felt like it. Like I was like, okay, mental health, that's cool. And then when you're not next to me, you're breaking my heart. Like it's just, we're so close, so close, so fucking close.
It's as a way to get to sex. Notice how the top 3 are all singles, which, as I said, is a sign of monetization. All about sex.
This is supposed to be the big reveal of the chapter that like wow, okay, everything is planned, but it's like, I don't know. But I ended up just going back on that because I feel like there isn't supposed to be a big reveal of any chapter. I don't want there to be a big reveal at the end of every chapter, or section, because that isn't. This isn't supposed to be like some kind of drama. I wrote that intending it, but as I went to go say it and edit it, I was like, I think I would rather the big reveal of be at the end, and that's actually why the sections where I talk about my own experience with art at the end of each chapter are there. They're adding to that thing because you're like, what are these for? And then at the end, it's like, oh, it all comes together so you see my position and why. And I don't know, man.
And all by white men, the largest majority of people. This is a clear sign of the monetization of music because they are trying to pander to the largest audience possible. For the longest time,
I was told numerous times to make the gaps bigger. I've always been told that I have a lot of sudden transitions in what I write, and I've been told a lot when I'm writing that I need to make the transitions flow better.
I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to, make something creative.
So of all of the 3, I believe that
all of these, most adopted to the kind of over by creative that people would for the longest time.
right. Hang on, let me grab it out. So one of these actually wasn't supposed to be here. And I just thought I should add this. I think that I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Is it this one? Oh yeah, it was this one. Yeah. By the way, this section was supposed to be a lot larger. Actually, let me show you. So you can see that here we have this whole section. I deleted part of this. Hang on, let me go to version history. Yeah, you can see here that this is where it ends. This is where this whole section was cut out because it's like this is basically just me being a Bo Burnham fanboy. I'll be real. When did I cut it out? I cut it out pretty late, I want to say. Yeah. And then also I cut out this too. Wait, when did I do that? Wait, so I added it back. Right, so this is when I actually did the what did I replace? Man, I don't know. Yeah, you can see here. Bad media, good media. There was supposed to be one and then the it's not good media. Yeah. I ended up talking about that one. No, that was just funny. Why is that in bad media? Fuck. Yeah, yeah, we'll just keep going.
I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to, make something creative that people would see, and that's kind of why I gravitated towards YouTube, and that's kind of the reason I'm here making this now. And it just really just kind of hurts me to see all.
This was genuinely, like, as I was writing, this wasn't in the script, as you could see. This was something that I just felt as I was voicing this, and I thought I should put this in. And then I decided to go back and put it in its own section. And there were a lot of things that were added because I felt like it would add something, even though I'd already finished the script. Hell, even though I'd finished voice acting, this whole Art is Dead section was added basic. I finished editing the entire video when I was like, I should add this. Because that is, I wanted initially the video to end with just Bo Burnham singing Art is Dead for like 15 seconds. But as I listened to it, I thought this, as time was going on, this was mirroring my life more and more. Like, as you can see by the many examples. The Omori meme section, and how I just felt about my appearance and everything. And I thought, if I'm making this for me, I should voice this. Anyways.
Genres of art taken over by monetization, because when I was a kid and I wanted to make art, when I first had that dream, I wasn't really after money. I just kind of I wanted people to see what I was thinking.
You can tell, I feel like the biggest evidence of this is, like, natural more than the other ones, is that I didn't get the timing right on, like, it wasn't pre-planned to that music. It just so happened to be that music I thought that fits the best. That's what I like so much about that monologue specifically.
So let's talk about visual art.
I really like just like how I did that line, like, so let's just talk about visual art. It's like, just ham fist your way into it, but it's also like, let's talk about visual art. It's like, I want to get into this topic. And if you don't, you're going to.
Like,
I don't know.
Paintings and shit. There are two reasons why visual art is dying.
You're going to see this.
AI and
right.
a little bit of the commission system. We'll get to that later. AI art.
This was
for real artists.
Sorry. I collected free credits on this shit for like a while because I had a video idea where I would make an entire Pokemon region that was just AI generated, where I would get ChatGPT to make a dex and a story, and I would make the Pokemon and professors, but I ended up giving up on that. But if you see that video in the future, then just know that I've had that idea for well over a year by now.
Because not only can it make quote-unquote...
See, I wasted a lot of credits on this, but I think this is good stock footage. I like it.
It can make pretty good photos of humans. like Hatsune Miku, the infamous Taylor Swift photos, and Too Mad.
This was a joke. This was that's one of my favorite jokes in the entire thing. Just gravestone for Too Mad.
Problems are creating a literal and a metaphorical deadline for artists. For one of them, commissions, that deadline is likely shorter and set in stone, obviously, because you're like told what you're just. But for AI, that deadline is a lot further, and at the same time, it's a whole lot shorter. The deadline for artists caused by AI is that AI can make things much faster. Something that
Case
might
in
take
point,
days
look at
for a
this.
real artist takes a few seconds for AI.
Wait, hang on. Whoopsies. Yeah, I don't think that that's supposed to be there. Now that's a mistake that humans don't make.
It's too good. People won't want to commission an artist because humans are slow. They get ill, they fall asleep, they need to eat and drink, and they struggle with production. And most of all, humans require money.
Yeah, it's
Basically, all this means that cheapskate companies like Disney will use AI instead of artists. Individual cheapskate people who refuse to learn art
sorry.
don't
Well, I do art. I do pixel art. It's just not good.
commission people. Instead, put Hatsune Miku punching the screen because I want Twitter to riot into an.
This is the most obvious case of a real human would never fuck up this bad. Cause like, how do you fuck up this anatomy so bad? It's not a Hydra. That would be really cool, but it's not.
AI, getting a result, and posting it. Okay, so I said
It would be a coupler? Cause I don't know.
I would address commissions, and let's be real, commissions can't be replaced. Commissions are the reason that artists have to learn art, because if you can't get money from your job, then you'll end up like this image. Alone, playing Valorant in your mother's basement, and overdosing on fentanyl.
Turns out it wasn't fentanyl. It was. I don't remember what exactly it was, but. Ketamine. Alright. Oh, whoops.
Reason is that the artist isn't deciding what they are making. They
Yeah,
might
shockingly, there were not a lot of speed arts of commissions. Like, I feel like artists should do that more. It's like, it's like a 2-in-1 deal. You get paid to make the art, and then you might get paid to show how you made it. It's like in a math test where it's like, you have to show the finish. You have to actually get the question right, but also you have to show you have to show how you did it.
But they aren't deciding what their prompt is. If we're talking about art created for the sake of making art, which I will call emotionally driven art, then something like the Alzheimer's paintings by William Urtemolen is art.
First time I ever heard this song, I just listen. Actually, let me get it up again. Like, this is real. This is real. He lived in, the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. It's and then the lyrics.
Heartache
just this, it's like, you know when a character says the name of a movie or like the name of a book or whatever.
I can't believe it's just a burning memory.
It's just, ugh, hits me right in my. I'm getting way out of track.
In case you didn't know, the Alzheimer's paintings were created by William Alderman, I hope I'm saying that right, as he was struggling with Alzheimer's.
I don't think it's William Ottermelon. Ottermelon. I think it's William Ottermelon or Ottermelon. Ottermelon. Hang on. I don't
He
know.
was previously a great painter.
You can. There's. This image isn't appropriate for YouTube, I'll just say.
So as his Alzheimer's got worse, he created self-portraits of himself. William died at the age of 73 in 2007. The Alzheimer's paintings give off a sense of almost despair, despite the fact that they were made in spite of despair. While commissions are, they're likely not emotionally driven because you're not being paid to make something like an abstract painting of your emotions. Instead, you're being paid to make others' desires or emotions into
Just
art.
facts, I don't have anything to say.
When I was still
I feel like I added more to that chapter,
just
but
random phone recorded YouTube videos.
Tablet,
in my
actually.
room. I remember.
then usually they're on the staircase. Or
I
just
remember
throughout the
that
house.
I did have dreams of. I started to have dreams of getting famous.
So I still have the account that I originally did it, and you can tell that I wanted to be the start. You can see the shift. Hang on, let me I know I keep getting off track, but I think that it's privated now, almost all of it. Yeah, it's like all privated now. But if you go back far enough. So here are some of my first videos I ever did. Pokemon Brick Bronze, Pokemon Brick Bronze, Pokemon Brick Bronze. Super Mario Run. And then yeah, Super Mario Run. Unboxing Part 1. This is the start when I was like, okay, people are doing unboxings. I'll do an unboxing. And then surprise video. Quick. I don't even remember what this one was. I feel like I still have that lamp. My worst Friday. I've definitely had worst Friday. I'm going to save that for later because I've definitely had worst Fridays, but I don't want to check it on this because cringe. LOL dolls. Project Pokemon in real life. These were stuff that I actually wanted to make, and this is the earliest time I said hello, guys.
Hi guys, today.
It's the first time I ever said hi, guys, in a video. Start of many. So yeah, you can quickly see more and more of that happening. Anyways, I am so off track.
And I feel like from there,
Hang on, my fingers are sticky because I keep eating gum.
tunnel visioned on it. My content.
Let's show that again. Boop. Here you can see, like, just a fucking re-upload. I pretended to get hacked, then this happened. Tell me that doesn't look like a 2019 Roblox name shit. Ruins to epic dating. This is like my 7th time replaying the game. I don't know what was wrong with me back then. I still don't know what's wrong with me. By the way, okay, just this project, this thing, not a project. If you know what this is, Zero Pokemon Part 1, I don't really know the name, but if you recognize this at all, please contact me. I've been looking for this game for an eternity. Anyways.
That it got worse. Not saying that it was good, but I was making more of them because I saw what other people were doing.
Dude, I need to stop eating gum.
Making them for me. And I never got burnt out, but once I started editing, I did get burnt out because I wanted to make something I love.
Something that I actually noticed while editing this video is that I had so much more motivation to do it than when I was doing another video, like thinking through, like, I guess, let's try UHC. That took me a while to edit because I didn't really want to do it. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna put this out there while I work on something better. Yeah, there's a lot of videos that I wish I could redo. I keep doing that because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at my channel. But no. There's a lot of videos I wish I could redo, specifically the karaoke one. I've been considering, like, genuinely redoing that one. Just, it's such a good concept. It was so much fun. But my bad mic and recording just ruined it. Anyways.
We're gonna talk about YouTube now. And before you say anything, I'm well aware that YouTube isn't conventional art, but it is a medium of displaying emotion. The curiosity for what is possible makes creators like Vsauce, the Game Theorist, and challenge running YouTubers like P-Chow and Captain Kidd do what they do. Parody, comedy, and comedy sketch.
If you don't know who Hugbees is, you should. Greatest man on earth. Not this guy. He's great. Thompson's great. But
curiosity for what is possible makes creators like Vsauce, the Game Theorist,
great people,
and challenge running YouTubers like P-Chow and Captain Kidd
great
do
people,
what they do.
But the goat of YouTube, bro. Hugbees, Mr. B Hugs. Salute, bro. Salute to him.
Parody, comedy, and comedy sketch videos are actually the one thing I think can't be replaced by AI. And they are arrested on YouTube with creators.
It can. AI can give me a good chuckle, I guess, but not at the level at which, like, Bo Burnham or Hugbees or John Mulaney or Hugbees can do.
It's like John Tron, Scott the Woz, Tom Scott, Daniel Thrasher, and many others.
I keep using the Hugbees, I mention it. That time it made me laugh. I haven't... This is my first time rewatching it since I last put it through drafts, and that I forgot about that joke.
Are technically art because they are just people speaking their mind. You have to have some kind of emotion, even if that emotion is just hate, you know, misogyny and homophobia. Joe Rogan. While we're talking about shitty creators, we can talk about why art on YouTube is dying, and the answer is content. It's content farms. Fuck content farms. All my homies hate content farms. What's a content?
I originally wanted to do this as a skit, but I just thought it's so late into this video. I said that this video was going to be out by like March, end of March. By the time I was editing this, it was like April 10th. I was like, I'm not gonna. Also, I didn't want to look up at the camera like a tiny child about to get blown a load into. Anyways,
Farm, you ask a child like.
I tried to put a Victorian child, but shockingly, there are not good. Like, none of these would really work. Anyways.
Wonder in your eyes. I look up at you because I'm 5'8" and simply answer, it's bullshit.
Forgot about that joke too.
Content farms are SS Neverwolf. They're Lanky Box. They're My Story animated.
I don't know why these are so pixelated, like genuinely.
See, content farms are YouTube channels that simply exist to make revenue by pumping out low-effort videos, usually for children because they're most susceptible to this kind of marketing.
I didn't elaborate on that, but yeah, a lot of these are meant for children, specifically because children are supposed to have role models. Like, they're still children, so they're very influenceable. So, you know, it's easier to get a following of. They're also very loyal. So getting getting an audience of children is a lot better than getting like an audience of like It also means you have to make dumber content. That's besides the point. It basically just means that having an audience of children means you get to make dumb, stupid content that just keeps your fan base loyal, and they don't know how to use ad blockers. But like, I'd rather have people who actually know what the fuck they're doing in life than a bunch of children watching my videos.
Makes low effort reaction videos. They get millions of views, and she makes approximately.
So this is supposed to be a bit where This is supposed to be a bit where it would play a throwing up sound accompanied by a shot of my bathroom. But when I was screening this, the throwing up sound was so disgusting that I was told by both people to immediately remove it. Yeah.
$8,000 to $127,000 per single fucking week. But surely it's not all bad, right? At least her content might be a little good. I'll watch them just for you. He makes $9,000 to $145,000 per day. Oh my god.
100. That's more than I have in my bank account. That's probably more than my net worth. God damn.
In summary, YouTube as a medium is not dying, but art on YouTube is dying because of the mass production of videos. I wonder where I've seen mass production and mass monetization ruin other art
I
forms.
bit my fucking gums.
As time went on, I just started to feel more and more powerful. Something about being able to call myself a YouTuber and an influencer blinded me. When I realized what had happened, I started to hate my work. I tried to hide my work, but then I felt...
If you want to know what I mean by hiding my work, many of these videos that are unlisted here were unlisted well before I unlisted all of them. Like, I think that my first LOL doll, yeah, that was one that I privated early, as well as probably that, not that, definitely that, and that, and that. No, if anything here has above 10 views, I didn't get rid of it because I was an entrepreneur.
superior to my old self, and I felt more powerful. I felt like I was better than before I knew what I was doing was bad. Let's talk about literature.
Literature is going to change
very-
in the near future, and that's why I put as we know it, because be real, when's the last time you went to a library? Other than, like, if your job is a library. Like, when's the last time you went to a library with the express purpose of getting a book? Me, literally never.
Very, very simple explanation for why literature is dying. Two, really. People don't want to read, and for people who do want to read, writing takes a long time because there are so many words out there. It's much easier for me as a YouTuber because I just have to write funny words and find sources. But imagine writing a whole fucking book. Actually, that's a good video idea. Let me write that one down.
One of the better jokes I made in this. Mainly because of these. Can ChatGPT kill my family? 24 hours crucified challenge. Christmas special. Killing myself live stream. Recreating the Great Potato Famine followed by Why I Hate the Irish. These are all, in my opinion, good jokes. I don't really get, like, bombing the TikTok HU. I just don't like TikTok.
And then it comes down to the death point of all art again. AI. In about 11 seconds, ChatGPT could write a chapter of a book.
Hang on. I'm gonna do it at 45 minutes of recording. Okay, that was 21 seconds, but this is a lot. Hang on, Echoes of Eternity? Isn't that the same one that my... Hang on.
Specifically, Chapter 7 in ChatGPT of the non-existent book Echoes of Eternity.
No fucking way. Is it Alternate Shadows of the Past? Well, this was definitely a shorter chapter than this, so...
How long does it take a human to do that? Well, to test,
If you want to read this, you can. Honestly, I don't even... I'm trying to remember where fucking Endrick came from, because I feel like it wasn't just me mashing my keyboard. I feel like there was something... Terdene. Detren? Rendet. Tender. I don't know.
wrote a page of a Google Doc from prompt given to ChatGPT as a writing test a bit ago, and that took me about 30 minutes. Assuming that a given chapter is 3 pages, that's about an hour and a half. Minus planning, probably 30 minutes to an hour. And ChatGPT could do that all in 11 seconds. All of that work in 11 seconds. A Google search says that books should have about 12 chapters. That means that not...
Is it dozen 12? Because I feel like... Yeah. But I feel like Baker's Dozen is... I always thought that Baker's Dozen was 12 and that a dozen was 24. No,
including the hardest
other way around. Sorry, I don't even know why I mentioned that.
part, planning, a book would take 6 to 12 hours non-stop to write. ChatGPT can do that in 1 to 2 minutes. Imagine for a second if To Kill a Mockingbird was made in 2 minutes, or if Shakespeare's...
Hang on. Hark the hour draws nigh, my faithful lord. It's in 10 syllables. My liege, the news I bear is dire indeed. My liege, the news I bear is dire indeed. God damn. Cool as fuck.
Plays were made in 2 minutes.
And also depressing as fuck.
And at that, people don't want to read books. Because you'll have to sit down and use your eyes to concentrate on nothing but dead wood for however long. I'll be real, I don't read books either because I just can't concentrate on a book. Like, as I was writing this part of the script, I was actually fidgeting and listening to music. I could try reading a book while listening to music, but then I would forget what line it's on, and then I'm like, okay, well, how can I forget? Besides the point, literature as we know it is dying and has been since the 2000s because of low attention spans, because of videos, and because of AI. Its current resting place is pretty much YouTube. Video essays and audiobooks are the new safe haven of literature. It's changed form, but it's still alive for now. Video essays are starting to see cracks, and they're dying to content farms, because of course content farms are also ruining this shit. If you haven't watched H-Bomber, guys...
So originally there was supposed to be a section here, where after I said I love this man, where I would... Hang on. Where I was going to... Fuck, I can't find it. Wait, no, sorry, I can't not find it. I keep going into the wrong thing. Right, so I tried to download this, but I couldn't.
Okay, where does, and I mean this as a compliment, the most fuckable twink I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to put that in, but I just didn't work.
Okay, where
couldn't,
does, and I mean...
I couldn't download it for some reason.
This video, plagiarism on YouTube, he basically talks about these cracks in video essays, which is a 10 out of 10 watch, and I would recommend it to anyone. Absolutely love this man.
This is where it's supposed to go.
The death of literature rests with the common people. And by common people, I mean us, obviously. And we're not helping to keep it alive.
See, you gotta wonder, like, for this stock footage, did someone really just print out the entirety of Lorem Ipsum onto a book?
That's
weird shit.
simple. And AI is contributing even more to the death of literature.
Anyways.
And then I started to edit YouTube videos, and
And here comes the end, and
for how people make videos.
editing, you don't realize how hard it is to make a video until you start editing.
And as I realized how hard it was, I couldn't help but feel bad for how little I cared. And I felt sympathy for the people who make videos. I've always wanted to share my thoughts and my opinions, my morals, my messages. I want someone to know what I think. And that's why I'm here now.
Oh, the line delivery there. That was, I could feel, like, when I was saying that out loud, there was real emotion there, because that was, these following, like, things are just some of the most emotional lines in the entirety of the script. I just love them because I really felt it. These were the ones that were supposed to hit hard, and that I felt and that I was taking straight out of my heart, straight out of my mind for what I wanted this video to be, and putting it right into the script. And it came out perfectly in audio and in editing, and I just love this. That's that monologue and the following stuff.
So I'll leave you with one final message. Art isn't dead. We didn't kill art. We tried to kill art. We threw everything we could at it. We've thrown AI. We've thrown our own attention spans. We've thrown everything, but art persists.
Just a slight bit of anger there, aggression. I really like that.
Art has existed.
It's like a teacher reprimanding you, and it's kind of like a teacher reprimanding you in like a threatening tone, like, "Honey, please don't do that again." It's like, I don't know.
Since the first humans clashed stones together rhythmically, and will exist until the last human hits a sick riff on their guitar before succumbing to their zombie bites. Art is humanity. Humanity is culture. Culture.
I was gonna spin off this whole thing into a different video. I was completely planning to take the whole because I had a theory, and I still do, but I didn't think I wanted to make a whole video on it. The culture singularity, which is that if you were to if there were only one culture, nothing would ever work unless there were. It's basically a whole thing, but like, imagine if everyone were Christian, the entire economy would just collapse on Sundays. And also, because we're all so different, everyone has their own different interpretations of Christianity, which technically has other cultures, so everyone would have the same exact idea of Christianity, which also means that they would have the same exact thoughts. So the only way that one culture could ever exist, it would be if everyone were dead, or if there were only one person alive.
is eternal. Until humanity is washed away, art will persist and persist and persist and persist and persist and persist and persist.
Fuck yeah.
Goodbye.
I really didn't understand when I did that, I really didn't truly grasp what I'd done. But once I started, what really made me grasp what I'd done was once I started using the money. And I was like, this is a lot of money that I've stolen from these people. I find it kind of funny that I put my fucking pills as the representation for psychosis. They're antidepressants, not psychosis pills, by the way. I don't know. This is a reference to my body dysmorphia and dysphoria and all that shit. I don't like how my body looks. I don't like I've learned to cope with it. But there's a reason that I don't use face cam often. And it's because of images where I look like this. And the song slowly fading out is a representation, at least to me, of how people just tune out. They tune out reality. And they choose to ignore it. And in my opinion, in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. And I think that if you know what's good for you, you should, at times, ignore reality. But when people's livelihoods are at stake, you shouldn't ignore reality. Well, that's all we have for this. You know what's funny? This fucking recording is probably larger in file size than the video itself. Gee, it's an hour. The video is 20 minutes. Oh my god, I need to end this.